guys, welcome back to Derby Koi. It's Sunday and it's actually turned out to be a nice day, nice clear sky up there. Bloody cold again this morning now. So, right, a couple of jobs I want to get done today. Mainly in the bunker. Main pond firstly. Now, if you remember me saying about my blanket weed, it is starting to get a little bit longer than I'd like at the moment, and obviously days like this we're still having a bit. So temperatures are dropping in there. What we have at the moment, 13.4, so the water temperature really has dropped recently, last few days. So either today or tomorrow, what I'm considering doing is putting half dose of blanket answer in the pond to help knock it back, because obviously temperatures are getting colder now, and I really don't think it's going to be too long before the covers come on, even though the weatherman has predicted a end of the month, beginning of October, a week or two of warmer weather. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know, but I don't want this blanket we're getting too much out of hand before the winter. So because obviously I want to, before the winter, I got a Persian bottom drain again, clean that out. So if I can kill this off now and before the winter, so I can clean my bottom drain, that will be a lot better. So I don't know if I'll do it today, we'll see. If not, it'll be tomorrow. Filters in here, but don't I like do it today? Yes, I might probably do the filters in here again today. Done the filters around the back already. So round at the bunker, in fact, while I'm here, I'll show you what I mean by the blanket weed. We're talking about it, I haven't even showed you yet. So I'll spin you around and I'll show you the blanket weed now, how it's starting to get a little bit out of hand. Okay, let's get down here, see if I can, can't see the screen so good, whether you can see down there, and if I lift this up you'll see all on there. It was on this side before, wasn't too bad, getting a bit longer, but now you can see it down here. As you can see, look, it's starting to come down here now, quite long, so I want to knock it back. There's not much at the back over there at the moment, a little bit there, it's mainly here, that's the worst bit, and it's just starting to come there, so I want to knock it back before it gets too much out of hand. As I said, done with that will be today or tomorrow. I'll see how we get on round at the bunker first. So let's get round the bunker and I'll tell you what I want to do today. Okay, in the bunker. What I wanted today is my solar panel I've got up here at the moment, working great. I've got it on one battery. I have got my other battery now, so I am still waiting for a set of battery terminals for the new one. But what I have got is a set of old jump leads with the crocodile clips on. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to join them together and just use the crocodile clips on them. That's going to be more than fine for what I need, just to keep it charged up and topped up. I had a comment in my last video, well, not my last video, my solar panel video when I installed this, about the batteries being on the brick slabs at the bottom on the concrete, and yeah, so I can't remember your name, I do apologise. Made a good point that batteries will lose more power when they're colder, so obviously if the battery's sitting on a cold slab, could make them discharge a lot quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on a thin piece. I've got 25mm polystyrene insulation stuff, so I'll sit them on that, keeps them off the floor. What I've also done, obviously, with the batteries, I'll spin you around just to show you. I haven't got it yet, well, I've got it, but I haven't put it in yet. Obviously the batteries, I want to give them a brew protection up from on top, so let me just show you what I mean. At the moment I've just got the one battery sat there like that, so what I want to do is obviously going to move the bin out of the way. I want to put another battery by its side on the insulation like I said, but it's taking up, obviously it's a waste of space there now, so what I've done is actually I've made a metal like a table, I suppose. So that's going to go over the top of it with a piece of plywood on the top. That's going to cover the batteries up, protect them, and then I can stand this bin on there on top of the little table, so it just gives me a little bit better room down there, a bit more organised. But as I said, the battery for now, I'm just going to run it off, put the other battery in and connect it to some old jump cables we've got. I've cut them down just for now, and when I've got some new leads, a couple of new leads on order and battery terminals. When they come, I'll fit those in, and that'll be there permanently. Then once that's all in, I can sort all this wiring out and everything else, make it look a lot neater. So to do that, I've got to disconnect this. So I need to disconnect the solar panel first, then I'll disconnect the battery terminal. I'll rewire the two batteries together, then fit it back up and keep it up and running. So let me get on with that, and I'll come back when I'm more or less there. Okay guys, so that's the two batteries together, and as I said, I've ordered some new wire and some more of these battery terminals, but for now I've just used the crocodile clips off jump cables, some old ones I had. So they're now set up in parallel, so it's still 12 volts, obviously negative, negative, positive, but positive, and all this is now wired back up, so the solar panel's actually charging. And what I made, if I can get it over one-handed, is that just to cover it once the thing's in. Obviously this isn't going to stick out, and it's got the new wire and a bit of insulation. Oh, stand up. So that just gives them a bit of protection and not get knocking them and stuff. And I've got some nice put in the bin. So there you go. And as you can see, lights are still working. And now it's plugged back in. Whether you can see, it is actually charging. There's a little light here that flashes to say it's actually charging the battery. That's the solar panel, that's the battery, and that one will be the load, which isn't on at the moment because I've got nothing on it. And obviously it's got USBs, I can charge my phone or something in there. So yeah, that's charging. The battery's now at 13 volts at the moment. I have set this to a maximum charge of 13.6. I don't want it to boil the batteries. On a very, very, very hot sunny day in the summer, it might get to that voltage in there, but at the moment it's charging up to 13 at the moment with the two batteries. On the one battery it was 13.2. Putting the other one on, it's dropped the voltage, the overall voltage down, because that one is charging up. So yeah, that's done for now. Obviously I've still got wires to sort out. Once I get my other cables in, I've got to take it back off again to redo the cables down there onto the new terminals. Once that's done, I'll tidy all these cables up. Still haven't decided whether to leave this in the window or stick it on the roof, but to be honest it's doing quite a good job in the window, because I don't think these are made to go outside, but you can make them outside. What you need to do around the back here, there is a USB port as well on there. If you want to charge directly from that, you can. So what you have to do is get some hot glue or some silicone. You put something, a bit of paper or something to cover the hole up in case you need to use it again. Then what some people do is they will just silicone all over these holes, silicone all together and around that, just to make sure, and then they put them outside. But to be honest, I don't think it needs it at the moment. It's doing a good job there through the window, so I'll probably leave it there for now. If throughout the winter it's not doing what I want, I will test it outside. I'll extend this wire and obviously test it in the window what voltage I'm getting through. What I can do is I can take these out here, I can stick it on a voltmeter to see what I'm getting from here, and then I can put it outside and then I'll see what I'm getting here. If I'm getting more while it's outside, a lot more, I may consider moving it outside. But yeah, so very happy with that. Still got my shelves to do. I haven't been anywhere to get any brackets. Obviously we're shorter, so we need 4 more brackets at least. So I want to have at least 2 more shelves in there. One, I may even go 3, yes, I don't know, we'll see. Definitely 2, maybe 3, but we'll have to see what I need there. Yeah, temperature in the water, I have done a major filter clean today, so it's dropped the water down to 18.6, so that's going to warm back up a little bit in here. But again, I'm not expecting the temperature 22, 23, 24 as it is, because I haven't got the heater in the water, so it's just going to be ambient temperature to warm the water up. But at the moment it's gone up to 21.6 in here, and it was quite sunny, but if you can look out there now, it's gone very overcast. I'm expecting some rain anytime soon. So it's gone very overcast, I'm going to get some rain, so there's not as much sunlight in here, but it does get quite warm in here, and it does hold the heat quite well. So when my heater's in, hopefully that will be here this week. Yes, I was talking a while, I forgot to turn the camera around. Yeah, hopefully my heater will be here this week. It's saying it's been delivered on Wednesday. Whether I get it in this week, I do not know, or next week as it is. I'll have to wait and see, because obviously we work and everything else. I will do an unboxing of it to show what I get and what's in the box. That might be in this video. I'll have to see how time what we get. Yeah, so if we do the unboxing of that, I can decide then if I need any more pipe work. There was a couple of comments, people saying if you're using diesel heater, be aware of the fumes. Now, this isn't just a standard diesel heater. It's not like a garage heater, them type of things, or a gas heater, where it ignites it and throws the hot air out with a flame. This is actually all internal combustion, and it's the, what can I call them, heat conversions. So it heats it up internally, and then the hot air blows over that. The fan blows air over it, which warms the air up and blows it out. So any gases and fumes are actually vented outside via an exhaust pipe with a silencer on the end, and there is a breather as well on the outside, but it also pulls air in from the back of the vent. So it's all the air that comes out the pipe. There's no fumes or anything. All that comes into here will be hot air. There's no fumes coming in here, but I will get a carbon monoxide detector in here, just in case. You never know, if one of the pipe catchers gets a leak or something, a small leak, and it detects carbon monoxide. But I know people who've got them in caravans, in workshops, things like that, and they say there's no fumes ever comes in because it's all vented outside. As long as you put a decent seal, you make sure it's a nice tight seal around the exhaust port, not a problem. And all you need to do is keep it on the exhaust pipe, make sure it doesn't crack or get corroded in that type of way. It shouldn't corrode anyway. But yeah, any fumes and exhaust will be ported out, extracted outside. Nothing should be in here. There is air gaps around. You can have a look here, you can see there's little air gaps. You can see them around here. And obviously at the bottom of the door, little piece, it's not completely airtight in here. Obviously else I wouldn't breathe in here. So there is air coming in and out anyway, but yes, if it didn't have that exhaust on, it would kill you, you know, major carbon monoxide, but it is all vented outside. But yeah, I'll show you that when it comes anyway. It is a remote control one I've got. You can get the ones that, with a dial to turn the temperature. This is, hopefully, it says it's an LCD, hopefully it turns up with an LCD. It's an LCD display screen, and it comes with a remote control. All the remote control does, you turn it on and off, or you can higher and lower your temperature if you need it. So as you're coming in here, or if you've got a work truck or a van and in the morning, you can turn it on and off, and it warms your van up before you get there. That type of thing. So yeah. Not much more I can actually do today, I don't think, because obviously I haven't got the right cables and connections I need, haven't got the things from the shelf, haven't got the heater yet. Also, a couple of people have actually said, when am I taking this plastic off here? Now, the reason I've left that on there, as you can see, I'm using it for this type of thing. So it's just giving me a bit of protection for now. Once my heater's in, all that's connected up and done, and my shelves are done, I don't think there's anything else, much else I can do in here. Once that's done, I'll take them off. Yeah, so obviously I'm using it just for now. There's a bit of protection, stop against 2 scratches. Yes, there's a couple of scratches on there from where there's no plastic, but that's the reason why it's still on there. Yeah, I know it's unsightly, but trust me, it will be coming off. I'll do the big unveil on that one. Yeah, not much else in here at the moment, so hopefully when the heater comes, that should be the next part, or when my cables come I'll get them in. If they turn up tomorrow, won't be tomorrow, obviously bank holiday, so nobody working, so if they turn up on Tuesday, I'll stick them on and that will be in it as well. So I'll catch you all very shortly. Hi guys, me again. Now Wednesday, and I've had a delivery this morning. I haven't opened it up yet, still sealed. It's a dish, hopefully. It does say the name on it, so hopefully this is my diesel air heater. So we're going to open it up, have a look in it. Obviously not fitting it tonight, but we'll have a look. I have looked online about them, get the information on it. The bracket that it sits on, there's a metal plate that you can screw to if it's in your shed, in your vehicle, or your caravan or camper van, wherever else. That plate there has got some holes on it where you screw it down. So what I'm going to have to do, where I'm going to fit it over in the corner, I'll show you the plate when I get it out, show her me, or I'm going to have to make a bracket for it to keep it off the floor, and you'll see why in a bit. So let's get it opened, and then we'll have a look at what we got. Okay, first things we got a silencer and a bracket, and we've got a, which is 10 litre fuel tank. Yeah, hopefully you can see me in here. It's is what, nearly 5:30, so it's just starting to go a bit dark. Hang on a minute, I don't know if this can make any difference. Oh, solar lights. Right, there it is. Now, this is the plate I was telling you about. This goes on the bottom, so your intake is on this side, the exhaust on this side, away from this hole here is where the fuel line goes. So that goes onto the bottom, I think it's that way, onto the bottom of the heater. So these holes, 4 holes in the corner, is what you would attach it to. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is where I want it there, because the exhaust that come out the bottom, I'm going to have to make some brackets or something like that to keep this off the floor. So I'm assuming in this little box is the actual heater itself. Now I was undecided whether it was the 2 kilowatt or the 5 kilowatt. Now they're saying the 2 kilowatt will be fine for a small van. Now obviously, oh, it's not the heater, that's all my bits, so I'll go for that in a bit. So I decided, because this is a little bit bigger in here than a small van, and I didn't want to struggle, so I went for the 5 kilowatt. It's not much bigger. Now there's the LCD control panel in there, and well packaged. This is the heater itself. Get the thing out. There you go. That is the actual heater. Now, hot air comes out this side here, and that is your air intake. And on the bottom here, we have an exhaust port and a breather port. Now, this is the plate I was telling you about. Which way it goes? It goes on that way. So, what's that? That is my fuel intake in there. That will go onto the bottom like that. On there. A little tight. Once I squeeze it around, there you go. Onto the bottom like that. So when this is on the floor, as you can see, they stick out the bottom there where the exhaust and that will come. So I'm going to need to make some sort of a bracket for the bottom on there to keep that off the floor, because my exhaust is going to come down and out, as with the breather, to the outside. So there's that gap at the bottom there. So I need to up again. Put safe in there. So that's that. That's the LCD with a remote control as well. So the stuff in here, what we have is a fuel pump. Now I have, this is just a, I think that's what they call them now, it's like a knocking pump. So it's a, and it pumps in and out of the back. Apparently they're not the quietest, but this is going to be on the outside. This is a slight ticking noise from those. That would be for the fuel tank. If you have that one, I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to do something different. Hopefully they've set the piece inside. Sometimes they're inside apparently. Sometimes they're not. It might be in there. There it is. Now what you have to do, it comes with this here. Little thing, this one here. What I'm going to have to do, that's going to be on the wall outside. And then what you do is you drill a hole in there. And then you insert that from the inside, which I will explain, just off the bottom, and that'll be the feed for it. So I'll leave that in there safe. I'll explain more when it's I'm actually setting the thing up. You've got the wiring loom. Does it come with a built-in fuse, inline fuse? I'm not sure if it does, but I have got one anyway. If not, I don't think there's one built in that one, but I will put an inline fuse into that one. We have fuel line. We have some vents which you can adjust, adjustable vents. A T-piece, so I can stick that one to the front of the there, and I can have these one either side, like so. I've got two of those. Right, I can get some more of this and adjust this to where I need it. That's those two. What else we got? That is the breather pipe with the end piece there. That's just to it, so I get the breather. The air obviously comes in from the back on it. On there, we have a flexible exhaust pipe and a load of clips and a small fuel filter, which I think I'm going to replace. I know somebody has got one of these and he did say they're not very good fuel filters, so I want to get another fuel filter and put that in. So that's a load of duplicates and nuts and bolts and screws, everything else. So hopefully everything's there. It does look like it. Looks like everything's there. Sometimes they do come, this pipe here, this is quite a sturdy pipe. There's a thinner, cheap, plasticky pipe, and it's not the greatest. And what they do then, you get another piece of pipe, a rubberized pipe. It's a thicker, black, looks a bit like a hose pipe, or a thicker fuel pipe, and you put that over where you need it, over the end of the fuel filter, and then you slide that into the. I think with these and the size of this pipe, yeah, it will be a nice tight fit over there anyway. And hopefully I've got some clips in there. If not, I'll find something to clip it up. But that's everything in the box, I think. I've said about that part. There's not anything else in there at the moment. So yeah, as I say, I'm not going to be fitting it yet. I am going to look more about that bracket, and I'll measure it up to see what I need to make, some sort of a stand, something just to keep it off the floor, because obviously things like this and this are going to be sticking out the bottom, so I need it quite a way off the floor. Same with this, when you bend it into place, this is straightened round and you bend it where you need it. As you can see, if I'm putting that in like so, I need it a decent size way off the floor with that one, so it actually goes outside. So Some people replace this for a slightly better one, which if I need to at a later date I will do. But yeah, that's everything in the box. Very happy it's arrived. It'll be nice to get a bit more heat in here now, especially now the autumn's on the way, ready for the winter. And if you believe what the weathermen are saying again, towards the end of the month, beginning of October, we're supposed to be having a bit of a mini heat wave. Not majorly hot, but they're saying it could be up to like 22 again, something like that, so we get a bit more temperatures, but I'm not convinced that we're actually going to get them temperatures. But you never know, so we'll have to wait and see. Stick all that in there, back in there, and that one back on top. Yep, don't get missed anything. So that's it anyway. I'm very happy it's arrived. Now I will spin you around, I'll show you where I want it, and hopefully it's going to fit in where I need it. So let me spin you around and I'll show you where it's going to go. Now I want it down here on the floor, but the floor actually slopes, so obviously I'm going to do a cutout here when this panel comes out. I'll cut that out so I've got access to it, and all the exhausts are going to go out on the side and everything else will be going outside. So I want it down there. I don't know whether I want it freestanding on there, or whether to make a bracket and some right angle brackets, so up, sticking out, so I can fit it on top of it and it'll be attached to the back wall. I'm not quite decided yet on that. What I need to do is I'll measure it all up and everything else, and then I'll decide. I'll look where this panel comes to, because I think if I remember rightly, it's about here, a little piece, and that's where the panel is. So that piece of stays into the exhaust to go through, obviously down the bottom through there. So I'll look into that, how I'm going to fix it, because obviously if I'm putting it down there, it still gives me access to the drain. Now when it's in the air intake at the back, you need at least 3 to 4 centimeters at the back of room, so I'm not going to put it right up against the wall. Yeah, I obviously can't fix it to this, because obviously taking the panel out, and the fuel tank and everything else is going outside, and again it'll be attached to the wall, so the fuel tank will be outside, the exhaust will be ported outside, filter and the fuel pump will be outside as well, because that'll be a bit quieter out there than in here. So if it all goes to plan, it's going down there. Otherwise I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to have it. I did think, excuse me, bring it down here, I've attached it to here, which is now up here, and I can gain access to it as well. I can still exhaust everything out the back. I'm not 100%, that could be another option, is have it up here, but I think down there would be better. But yeah, so that's what it is now anyway. That's what I've got. Yeah, so really happy that's arrived. Hopefully, I know I'm working the weekend again, so maybe Sunday I can get onto this, have a look at it. Hopefully I want to get it done before and get the bracket made up before that, ready to go. But hopefully over the weekend I can start the install on this. Never done one before, only by going what's online, and that. And to be honest, one thing I didn't see, which I'm not happy about, I didn't see an instruction manual. I'll have to look through the box again. I didn't see an instruction manual, so I'm not happy about that. But I know you can get them online. They are online anyway. But I have watched videos on it and how to install them, and I've got a really good idea how to do them anyway. But yeah, so don't know how long this video is, so that's probably it for now. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Pop over to Facebook, catch me on that one. Hit that bell for your notifications. So until the next one, stay safe. Jobs are good.